Now let's just swag the Siege Machine, swag the World Champion. Who needs them? Hello guys, welcome back. These 2 days I did a little bit change to the Superwitch army in my Th17 account. I brought the Stakeholders and Anglo-Jalian King and it worked pretty well. 309 today and 311 yesterday. And before that I was using the Snake Bracelet and the Spiky Bow. The average is only like 280 I guess. And that score is not enough to survive in Legend nowadays because the defense is like minus 300 every day. So let's see how these small changes in King equipment can affect the Legend attacks. And if you are still in lectures or even lower, this strategy is even better in the lower league. You can get all triple if you execute it correctly in the lower rank modes. So let's find out. Yeah, I just talked about the space in the last Superwitch video with the Snake Bracelet and the Spiky Bow. But now, King with the Stick Holes and the Giant Gauntlet is gonna be even much more easier. I just deploy a balloon to test for the traps and also some archers to distract the long shot because not only the long shot but also the mortar are hitting us. And after the warden target a long shot, then we can just send an ED fireball into the core. And actually, just 2 invis, then we get all of them. So now let's path the Superwitch into the left side area to get the defense on the left side. There's still so many defense on the left side. And since the firepower on the left side is still pretty much, so let's just use the overgrowth first. So all the Superwitch army can concentrate on the Riven Tower. And after the overgrowth expire, then go into the core. And yeah, my original plan was to send the King on the outside for the funnel because I just forgot that we bring the Giant Gauntlet. I just still thought that we bring the Snake Bracelet, so I want the King to funnel. But this time we bring the Stick Holes, so let's just path the King into the core area to get more value. And see, the Stick Hole with the Giant, they just get so many defenses. They just get almost all the remaining core. And now we just still have so many spells left. And the Raw Champion haven't deployed. And even the Siege Machine haven't deployed. King just get all the core. And Queen wrapped around on the outside. Got all the trash building on the outside. We still have 45 seconds left. Use a totem. Just receive to distract the monolith. With an easy fireball to get half of the base, and King's Stick Holes ability with Anglo-Jali to get another half of the base. It's a triple for sure. Now let's just change the troop launcher that my clan gives me into my own log launcher, so that we can start the next legend attacks right away without waiting for the clan castle troops from the clan. And now let's just swag the Siege Machine, swag the World Champion. Who needs them? Still a double rage base. It's pretty simple for fireball strategy. Just fireball on one rage area and it's fine. But so today I'm not gonna focusing on how to use a fireball in this attack, but focusing on how to choose a Superwitch pathing and King pathing correctly. So let's just deploy Warden at 6 o'clock, and we don't have to launch fireball directly to that rage tower. We can just use the fireball on the builder who lets the rage tower. We can still set the pathing and also get the rage tower, but with less infinite spell investment. And after we fireball to the builder hood, there will be 2 pathing for both the Super Witch and the King army. We got a mallet on the right side, and another pathing is path to the left side fire spitter and Asper area. Yeah, for the mallet area, the king is very hard to enter this area because there is also an enemy king. Our king will just stuck on the enemy king. And on the left side, if you path the super witches, there are so many walls. It's not easy for super witches to open up those walls. So we just send the super witch on the right side and king on the left side. But there is still a problem. The revenge tower is in the core. Nobody is gonna get that. The king will just wrap it around on the outside. So that's why we use a rogue champion to do a tiny spirit walk. This tiny spirit walk can funnel for the king. So now the king is gonna get the core revenge tower. And after you get a revenge tower, there's only 1 rage area left. And after the rage tower trigger, we can overgrow this area and all of the bases are gone. So always remember this trick. Use your rogue champion for a tiny spirit walk on the outside to funnel your king into the core of the base so that your king can get more value in the core. This is a nightmare for the fireball push strategy because so we don't have to get a deep fireball, just fireball on the outside for the funnel, and the remaining base will be done by using the super witch path and the hero pathing. I just drop the burden at 6 o'clock, and our goal is to get the air defense with the fireball, so that we can get some heavy defense on the outside. And after that, path the warden into the multi-inferno area, click that inferno tower to get deeper funnel. And after that, we got 2 pathing for the super witches. The first pathing is pathing the super witch to the 3 o'clock area and use a rocket launcher into the town hall area. And another way to path is to send the super witch on the left hand side directly to the town hall. And actually there are so many layers of walls on the right hand side, and since that it's gonna be impossible for the rocket launcher to open up all the walls from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you might get a 1 star because of that. So now let's just send the super witches into the left hand side area. Yeah, there's a fast spitter facing us, but actually that's not a big deal. It's just to scare you. And for the right side, you can send the king and the rogue champion. They can all jump over the wall, so it's easy for them to clear the right hand side area. And now, my plan is that I use the super witch to clear the CC troops in the middle, and then use a queen on the left hand side to deal with the town hall area. And here I didn't notice the super witch health. I just lost 3 super witches, and now there's only 1 super witch left, so most of the super witch are gone. That's a big trouble. Let's see if he can even walk without the super witch army. And we just use the rogue champion spirit walk into the base. Just use that trick we just used in the last attack. So now we can path the king into the core area, and see, we just get a gear cannon and also a revenge tower. Actually that was great value, and king just path deeper into the core, trigger the poison tower, and then 10 for the rogue champion. That's pretty huge. And now, actually most of the base are gone. And still 30 seconds left. Seems that we are doing pretty good. Even we just lost 3 super witches. Most of the super witches are gone. And we're still able to get it. But now there's a tornado trap. The Royal Champion are dead because of that. Can't really get it. Only 1 Inferno Tower left. 6 seconds left. And yeah, it's a triple for sure. This is a ring base. All the defenses, they are circling around the core. To deal with this base, we don't have to get a very deep fireball into the base. Instead, we only need an easy fireball on the outside of the base to do a funnel. For this kind of base, I always like to fireball not directly on the fire splitter, but next to the fire splitter. Because in this way, we just clear the funnel next to the fire splitter, and we can go from the backside to the fire splitter with the super witches. If you just fireball the fire splitter, actually that didn't get you value because you can actually path your troops on the backside of that fire splitter, so it didn't shoot on you. So now let's just deploy Warden at 9 o'clock. Our goal is to fireball the builder hoods so that we can get both the Raven Tower and the Poison Tower at the bottom side. See? So now just Earthquake and get the Raven and the Poison Tower. And patiently do the Warden Walk onto that Mortality Tower, and now we can path our Super Witches into the backside of the fire splitter. And since there are so many layers of walls right here, so we need to use the log launcher to ensure the super witches, they are gonna go into the core area, not just going around the base and ignore the long shots. But now there's a problem. There's still so many bases at 12 o'clock, so that the log launcher die early. Nobody opens up the wall for the super witches. If you didn't do anything, then the super witches, they're just gonna go around the base. So now we have to use the king to funnel on the right hand side quickly, so that we can still path our super witch into the core of the base to deal with the town hall. So now use the king ability to clear the right side area. And for the Royal Champion, this time I'm gonna send the Royal Champion next to the king. Because if you send that next to the king, then there's just so many bases at the backside of the base. So we just send her directly into the backside of the base to that multi-gear cannon, and use the overgrowth to reduce most of the key defense damage. So now the Royal Champion, they can just easily deal with this trash defense. We don't have to invest spell to protect her because we just overgrow the key defense, and she's only have to deal with those trash defense, and it's gonna be easy for her, and it's a triple for sure. As you can see, there are so many important defenses in the walls in the core of the base, like the Bomb Hive Monolith and the Infernal Towers. And the things that the Super Witch, they cannot enter those areas, so you need the King and the Royal Champion for help. So let's just drop the Warden at 9 o'clock, and we can just use the Fireball on that Scatter Shot to get the first Infernal Tower inside the walls. So we don't have to get that many buildings with the Royal Champion and King. So now just inverse and the target that scattered and get core defense, some of the core defense. So now we can path the Super Witches at the bottom side of the base, but before that, we can even click more defenses. Just let the warden click a little bit more into that multi-archer tower, so we don't have to click that many defenses with the king and royal champion, because there are so many steps left in the core. And after we click the multi-archer tower, we can path the super witches right now, and also use the ice golem and queen to help them. And after that, we're gonna path the king into the single inferno area and use the royal champion at 12 o'clock to funnel for the king. And after the king get that inferno tower area, use the overgrow on the top side raid tower area so that the king can keep going into that fire splitter and even the raven tower. Just use the overgrow to funnel. So now let's just use the royal champion to funnel on the top side. But the problem is that there's the enemy king, so the royal champion, she's just stuck on the enemy king. And seeing they are just stuck on the enemy king, the funnel is not set very well. And I also missed the overgrow timing. I just overgrow it right now, but I didn't do that. So both king and royal champion, they are just vaporizing, and nobody deal with the core. That's a bit of trouble. It's only 50 seconds left. It might be a time fail. I just use the overgrow to reduce some damage from the raven tower. And now we can send some falcons to deal with the fast pitcher at the back side of it. We still have Earth, we still have the Rage, Freeze, so many spells left, but we have no time. Let's drop the totem to disrupt the raven tower and use a Rage to speed it up. It's 10 seconds left. Drop all the troops. Hoping that we can get... Oh no way, there's still a bomb time. No matter what, we should be time fail. So back to this deck, and we didn't triple it because the king and the royal champion, they didn't get good value in the core of the base. And that's because we just sent the royal champion into the enemy king here, and we just send the king into the enemy, the minion prince. The king cannot target the minion prince. The minion prince can keep doing damage to our king. So actually, instead of sending the warden right here, we should send the warden at 12 o'clock. Deal with the right side rage area, not the left side rage area. If the warden deal with the right side rage area, super witch path on the right side, then we can send the royal champion and queen onto the left side to deal with the enemy queen and the enemy royal champion. And it's gonna be easy.